Cristino's Coal Oven Pizza and introduced coal-fired brick oven pizza, our award-winning coal-fired brick oven pizza. Cristino's
dare you.
Coal Oven Pizza.
New York has canceled pizza. Well, Benny, you might say. Isn't New York like the place that has some of the most famous pizza in the world? The most historic and well-known pizza places? The coal, the brick, the wood, the fire. Aren't those places in New York City? Is it every mafia show and every Sopranos, everyone's eating pizza, everyone's going to a pizza place? Isn't New York City like the mecca for all pizza? Yes. And that's the point. The point of the Green New Deal, the point of the Great Reset, the point of the World Economic Forum is to humiliate you, denigrate you, and to prove that you, the little people, cannot have the nice little things that you have wanted so badly in your life, that you have grown accustomed to, like private property, like non-federally backed cryptocurrency, like having physical dollars in your hand, like hard currency, like these kind of things, like driving a car, driving an automobile, filling that car up with a fossil fuel. Those things you're not allowed to do. And you know, pizza in a coal burning oven and in a wood fire burning oven, that creates fossil fuel. So you're no longer allowed to eat pizza. Microwave Totinos only from now on in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, historic Big Apple pizza joints, according to the New York Post, could be forced to dish out mounds of dough under the processed recent edict of pollutant-spewing coal and wood fire ovens, the Post had learned. New York City Department of Environmental Protection, whatever that means, has drawn new rules that would order eateries using the decades-old baking method to slice carbon emissions by up to 75%. This would effectively destroy all pizza operations in New York. You would be given a massive fine. You would have to throw yourself at the mercy of this Orwellian Department of Environmental Protection. New York City has rats the size of Shetland ponies. You could put a saddle on them and ride them. I've been in New York City a lot. Used to work in New York City. They have mounds of trash piled as high as the eye can see on every street corner. It is a filthy place. And they are concerned that some people are going to be eating pizza, just like hopefully cowering in the corner, hoping that a mob doesn't come through, that they don't get pushed into a subway car, that they don't get pushed onto the tracks in front of the subway. Like the last vestige of humanity in New York is being able to get a hot slice, and they're going to kill that? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Democrat dumpster fire for the day. Go.
May not work much longer. New York City's latest green push coming for pizzerias. Newly proposed regulations could force restaurants with coal and wood fire ovens to install filters to slice carbon emissions by up to 75%. One local owner who already spent $20,000 on new filtration systems slamming the cost, saying, quote, it's not just the expense of having it installed, it's the maintenance. I got to pay somebody to do it, to go up there every couple of weeks and hose it down. The air filter is expensive and it's a huge hassle. Elon Musk coming out against the proposal, tweeting, quote, this is utter BS. It won't make a difference to climate change. Okay, so that's a big setup to say you're going to have to find something else to eat on Friday nights.
Yeah, you know, remember how the Democrats like to tell us, like, the government should stay out of my bedroom?
Right.
Dude, the government's in my kitchen. It's in my garage. Now it's in my pizzeria.
So, New York is waging war on pizza. Out of the darkness, thundering from the fog, the mist, the blackness that has engulfed New York City, comes a patriot, a hero, a man who stands for sanity, who stands for human decency, who stands for a different time, a time and an era when man, woman, and child alike could sit in peace and eat a hot, thin crust New York slice. A man yesterday stood up to the city of New York personally and chucked pizza directly into City Hall or the mayor's house, government building in New York City. He threw pizzas in a moment that was reminiscent of the Boston Tea Party, a modern day version of that. Scott Lebedo is the man's name. Scott Lebedo, a hero of the Republic, joins us now. Scott, thank you so much for being on the program. I've appreciated your work for quite a while, but I ain't never seen anything like this. We're going to play the clip right next to you as you talk about it so that the people can see what you did. This is the Paul Revere moment of our time. This is the Boston Tea Party of our time. It happened in New York. You took that pizza to the front of the mayor's house, I think, and then you chucked it over the fence. And we say thank you.
Yeah, listen, before I get started, I want to show your fans out there who are on the other side of the fence that do watch it. I want to show you this diagram here. See, this is this giant ball of bursting fire and flames and insanity of heat in the sky, in the universe. This little tiny dot right here, this tiny marble is Earth. See, when she gets pissed off, whether it was 1,000,000 years ago, 500 years ago, or yesterday, she controls the effing thermostat on this little marble. Like George Carlin said, how the hell, who do we think we are that we're changing it? But my SUV ain't doing it, and a freaking slice of pizza is not doing it. It's just about these people. Yes, it's money grabbing. Sorry. I'm a passionate man. It's also these people that need to be loved. These sad people who did not follow their dreams in life. So look at me. I'm saving the two-headed spotted owl. I'm concerned. Stop. This little girl from Hansel and Gretel, what happened? 5 years ago, she said we would be gone by now. Alga, it's all bull, okay? And you know whose fault it is, Benny? It's not their fault. It's our fault for being too complacent. Because we let it happen. We sucked up the milk and honey for all these years, and we didn't think that it would get to this point. I've been throwing pizza for 30 years. Not necessarily pizza. Sometimes it's fake blood. I've been fighting and screaming for people to wake the F up because we're right at that brink right now. But now people are starting to get in the game. This, as funny as it is that I'm throwing pizza, it is a Boston Tea Party moment. It is that battle cry.
Talk me through it. It's on the screen right now. This, of course, was seen by multi-millions online. Tens of millions of people saw this and love you, Scott. The entire comment section is melting down saying they love you. Talk us through what's going on the screen right now.
Well, I pulled up with, I don't know if they, when they see the whole video, they could see me bringing up six pies, which is 48 slices of pizza. And then I do this little speech about why I'm doing this, meaning that, hey, look, we had, naked men with their boobs hanging out, in the middle of public in front of children, okay, in front of children. Our crime is through the roof here, okay? Our economy's screwed, and they're worried about pizza, the insanity. So City Hall, that's where it all starts. That's where it all begins. I don't understand the people of the city. We had the worst mayor in history, de Blasio, before this. And these knuckleheads, these ignorant, self-hating people voted for another de Blasio. And here we are again. The working man is getting the beating. So I am throwing the pizza over the fence to bring attention. And he made his statement right after I did that. He invited me to City Hall as long as I bring him a vegan pizza. I'm from Staten Island. I'm Italian. We don't eat vegan pizza. We eat pizza. And if you ask me to bring pineapples on your pizza, I'm going to throw 1,600 pies over the fence.
Tell me a little bit. You are Mr. New York. You're born and bred. Am I wrong?
4 generations, my friend.
Good man. So I got to tell you, as somebody who, I had a show on Newsmax. I traveled to New York often for business and work and sometimes to do my show. I was there in New York more often than I cared to be. No offense. But I was there. I walked the streets. I had to stay in the hotels. Man, it's a dirty, dirty city. I hope you don't mind me saying so.
Not at all.
Piles of garbage. I've never seen rats like this. I've never seen trash and filth like this. I saw some guy with his pants down on the metro. Like, luckily I wasn't attacked, but dude, it does seem as though like they're going after the things that make life worth living and not actually going after things that are like environmentally important for just life itself, like not huge rats that would bite your children or bums on the subway defecating. Why go after the pizza?
Dude, listen
in
to
all
me.
cities.
I can't emphasize that. I've been fighting this politically correct woke crap for 30 years. 30 years I'm fighting this stuff. Yeah, no, but everybody laughed at me. I was the tinfoil hat guy. And now all of a sudden, the last couple of years, everyone's calling me this hero. I'm no hero. I'm just a creative guy making things right through artwork. Like, throwing pizza, as silly as it is, it's powerful. It's visual. When I do these things, I do them creatively and use visual stimulation. Obviously, this worked. Simple thing like throwing pizza. And back to New York. Yeah, New York was always a little dirty and gritty. That's what makes it. That's what the tourists like to see. A little chain snatch in Times Square. But this is out of control. And going back to the environmental thing, listen to me. They keep taking these streets and shutting them down for the environment, making more bike lanes. But what that does is create more congestion of traffic that never moves, where are the emissions coming from? It's coming from that. And there's this other crazy thing that I noticed. I'm going to do a post on it next week. They have these new speed bumps now. I don't know if you've seen these things. They put this pile of asphalt. Usually it goes across the street, so you go over it with your car. You got to go slow. But they put two piles of asphalt where you can still fit your tires through on the regular street. There's no stopping. It doesn't slow you down at all. You just drive right off. It's the most insane effing thing you ever seen. That costs money. That is killing the environment, creating that asphalt in the factory and piling it. It's beyond insanity. This is my city. I call it New York City. Sorry, I had to say that, but that's what I call it. It's my city. I can say that. Again, it's just beyond out of control. If you let these criminals, murderers, right back out on the street, and you're worried about an effing slice of pizza. How does that not blow my mind? How do I not throw pizza at City Hall?
I mean, okay, so a couple of things. One, were you arrested? What happened with the cops? A lot of people asking, like, "Hey, were you arrested?"
Yeah, the video was cut short. No, and I got a lot of comments. Those cops, they came there in a heartbeat when there's crime, someone's getting murdered. Slow down. Nobody supports the cops more than me. If you remember, I did that 1,000-foot blue line in front of the precinct that raised hell. It's still there. I have nothing but the highest regards. I do a lot for the NYPD because I know what they go through. I have a lot in my family. And these cops were there because I'm at City Hall and there's a gate right there where they stay. It's a little booth. So it's not like they flew with sirens right away because I was throwing pizza. They were there. And they came over to me and they were like, "We don't want to arrest you." And you know what? I made my point. And to keep them, a little calmer and a little at ease and show respect, they just gave me a summons. They were laughing at me, It's like, this is the first. We're New York City cops. We've seen everything. The pizza flying, that's the first. So, yeah, I just got a summons. But I am going to take my lawyer to court, and I will fight it because I am an artist, and I was using pizza as my medium to express my creativity and make my point and express my grievances.
Scott, we have a deep appreciation for artists on this program, and we deeply appreciate your art. We love your videos. The entire Benny Brigade is melting down. They love you. You're obviously a fan favorite here. Can we try and do an uplifting show? And art is meant to uplift, and a lot of your art is very patriotic and uplifting. Is there hope for New York? Is there a point at which people will finally say, is there like maybe a Giuliani moment in the future for New York where they're like, "We've had enough"?
Yes. I don't see it in the very near future. Again, do I get so frustrated? Because, again, for 30 years, I've been telling people, stop. The Giuliani saved the city. We just need another Giuliani. And, do I move to Florida? I've been fighting. Maybe I want to get a white picket fence down at Jersey Shore, a nice girl and a dog, and do characters for $50 a pop so I don't lose the veins out of my neck. But I can't. I'm a New Yorker. I can't leave. I have to fight. And now I'm not fighting alone anymore. People are waking up. What am I telling people to do? I'm not telling you to throw pizza. I'm not telling you to throw fake blood in front of Alvin Bragg's office, and get arrested. I'm telling you to use your voice, use your First Amendment, use that New York passion. People used to look up to us as the strong, tough, gritty, balls out New Yorkers. We become so pussified because everybody's afraid of what somebody's going to call them. The sensitivity level. Stop worrying about what people are going to call you. Be an effing New Yorker. Stand up. Don't be violent. No reason to be violent. Be creative and use that Amendment 1 and show up in mass. Show up in mass. I'm doing it myself. No, come on, people. Save this effing city.
Man, you'd say you're going to have balls out in New York. You're going to attract Hunter Biden. He's going to become a resident. It's like that sounds like a dream to me. Where can people find your work, Scott? We're going to put it up on the screen. We're going to put up your website right now, but tell people how can they support you?
This conservative director, actually, yeah, there it is right there, the trailer for my documentary. This Christopher Martini, conservative director, came to me about 4 years ago and he said, we need to make a documentary about you doing all of this, pizza throwing, fighting the politically correct, promoting Americanism through my art. And I was like, yeah. And so finally we put it together and we're just finishing it up right now and should be ready to be distributed. Hopefully, it's not going to Hollywood. We know they're not going to take a conservative artist movie, but the trailer will totally fire you up. If you think this pizza thing fired you up, the trailer right there, it's a 3-minute trailer. And it just shows you a really quick 3 minutes of my insanity of what I've done, my craziness, getting arrested, fighting. I love this country. Nobody has more freedom than me, an artist. So I worship that flag, the men and women that sacrifice for my crazy, so I do so much. It's all about the veterans and the flag. And, I'm Sicilian. I'm an artist. I'm crazy. I drink martinis every day. I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes. I'm New York. I am that artist. The art world hates me. Oh, they wouldn't give me a time of day, but they'll put Hunter Biden's work up. Don't even get me started on that. You get me on again. We'll talk about that one.
The people love you. Scott, we'll do it. We'll do it. Go and follow Scott. This is his Twitter account right now. 62,000 followers. I will say this. It really hits me in the heart, Scott, because these are great American cities. New York is a great American city. New York is a testament to what our people can do and build over the course of generations. Chicago is the same. You shouldn't abandon these places. Like there's so much value in staying and fighting, and it really speaks to me because abandoning means surrendering, and there's some real purpose in staying and fighting and saying no, you orcs, you will stay at the city gates. We'll defeat you. And it's a wonderful testament to your work there. And so we say Godspeed. We thank you for coming on the show, and we hope that you come back very soon.
Thank you. You're the man.